Dear students, today let us discuss phase and path difference introduced between E ray and O ray when a plane polarized beam passes through a doubly refracting crystal. You know that certain crystals exhibit the phenomenon of double refraction. In double refraction, the incident light, if it's unpolarized one, splits up into two rays, E ray and O ray. E ray and O ray are plane polarized with plane of vibration perpendicular to each other. E ray is having vibrations parallel to the plane of incidence, O ray having vibrations perpendicular. So here, let us consider a positive crystal, say quartz. Say this is a positive crystal. Here unpolarized light is made to pass through a polarizer. So a plane polarized beam is produced. This plane polarized beam is made to fall on the crystal, making an angle theta with the optic axis. See here, the crystal is having optic axis parallel to the refracting faces. These are the refracting faces. The optic axis parallel to the refracting faces of the crystal. Now the plane polarized light incident on the crystal with an angle theta or making an angle theta with the optic axis. Now inside a crystal, double refraction takes place. E ray and O ray having vibrations at right angles to each other are produced, and after emerging from the crystal, the two rays, they travel along the same direction, along z direction, along the same direction, but they travel with a different velocity. See here, this is a positive crystal, it's a quartz. In a positive crystal, birefringence is positive. That means Ne is greater than No. So here, see here, in this crystal, see this is the optic axis which is parallel to the refracting faces. Now we represent the two rays, E ray and O ray, by their wavefront. Wavefronts are represented as the spherical wavefront corresponding to O ray and elliptical wavefront corresponding to E ray. See here, and positive crystal means the elliptical wavefront is well inside the spherical wavefront. And one more thing is, the two wavefronts, they touch each other along the optic axis. What's the meaning? They touch each other means VE is equal to VO along the optic axis. In all other directions, which one is moving faster? O ray is moving faster than the E ray. VO is greater than VE in all other directions. Why? Because the spherical wavefront is outside. So VO is more than VE. VO more than VE means NO is less than NE. NO, NE are the refractive indices of O ray and E ray respectively. See here, if this is the direction of propagation of the waves, then here in this case, the two rays, E ray and O ray, or the waves corresponding to them, they travel along the same direction but with different velocity. It's very clear here. See, this is the velocity of E ray and this is the velocity of O ray. Which one is more? VO is greater than VE. VO greater than VE. So, NE is greater than NO. This is nothing but the positive crystal. Birefringence is positive. So here we have the E ray and O ray traveling along the same direction but with different velocity. And as they emerge out of the crystal, what happens is a phase difference delta is introduced between them. A phase difference delta introduced between them. Why? Because of this difference in velocity. VO moves faster than VE. VO is more than VE. That's why the path difference delta is introduced between these two rays. There is path difference means naturally a phase difference is introduced between those rays when they emerge from the crystal. And to find that path difference and the phase difference, let us consider the optical path traveled by E ray and O ray inside the crystal. You know that optical path is nothing but the product of refractive index and the geometrical path. See here, the path traveled, see this one is the thickness of the crystal. Let D be the thickness of the crystal. Now, the optical path traveled by O ray, it is nothing but NO into D. Optical path is product of refractive index and the distance traveled. D is the thickness of the crystal. It is the distance traveled after emerging. So that optical path traveled by O ray is NOD. Optical path traveled by E ray is NED. Therefore, optical path difference between these two, we get delta as NE minus NO into D. This is path difference introduced between E ray and O ray when they emerge from the crystal. So, what about the phase difference? You know the relation between phase difference and path difference. Phase phi is always given by 2 pi by lambda into delta. Phase difference is 2 pi by lambda times the path difference. If you use this one here, phi becomes 2 pi by lambda into delta. It is NE minus NO into D. Thus, when a plane polarized beam passes through a crystal or plane polarized beam incident on a crystal making an angle theta with the optic axis, a phase difference of 2 pi by lambda into NE minus NOD is introduced between E ray and O ray. Depending on this phase difference, path difference or phase difference, the two rays, when they are superposed on each other, when they are combined, combining means they are superposed, then depending on the phase difference introduced between those two rays, different types of polarized light can be produced, like plane polarized or circular polarized or elliptically polarized. That depends on production of plane or circularly polarized or elliptically polarized. That depends on the phase difference introduced between those two rays when they emerge from the crystal. Now, let us derive the expression for that resultant wave produced. When such two waves are superposed, when E ray and O ray, when they are superposed on each other, what about the expression for the resultant wave produced? So here we consider two light waves traveling along x direction. In case of a negative crystal means birefringence is negative. Which one is more here? NO greater than NE or NE minus NO is negative. That's a negative crystal. Let E ray be polarized in XY plane, in one plane, O ray polarized in YZ plane. The two mutually perpendicular planes. Planes of polarization are mutually perpendicular. Here again, let the optic axis be parallel to the refracting phases of the crystal. Now, as we discussed in the previous discussion, we consider the angle theta. Angle theta is angle made by the incident ray with the optic axis. Let phi be the phase difference. Now, these two waves, they can be represented in terms of the equations Ey equal to E1 cos kx minus omega t. Second one is Ez equal to E2 cos kx minus omega t plus phi. So these two differ in phase by phi. See, both are the simple harmonic waves, progressive waves. So we consider the expression for a progressive wave. One wave is leading in phase by phi from the other one. So these two are the expressions for the displacements of these two waves. When the two waves are superposed, what happens? A single wave, a resultant wave is produced. So that we have the displacement of the resultant wave is Ey plus Ez. Now, Ey plus Ez is this term plus this. So, E equal to this plus this. Now, we have to simplify this. Now, consider the expression Ez, equation 2. Now, expand this. This term is cos kx minus omega t plus phi. This is of the form kx minus omega t single term, phi the other term. So, this is of the form cos of a plus b. Expand this using the formula cos a plus b is cos a cos b minus sin a sin b. Cos a cos b minus sin a sin b. So, when you expand that, we get Ez as E2 into cos kx minus omega t cos phi, cos a cos b, minus sin omega t minus kx sin phi, sin a sin b. This one we get. Further simplification of this, you write, see, here Ez. Now, Ez is, it can also be written as the same expression, Ez is E2 common outside the bracket, cos kx minus omega t cos phi, and the term, say this term, sin omega t minus kx. We write this one in terms of cos. We know that sin square theta plus cos square theta is 1. So that sin square theta is 1 minus cos square theta. So that sin theta can be taken as square root of 1 minus cos square theta. We apply that. So that term can be written as root of 1 minus cos square theta. Theta is kx minus omega t into sin phi. See here, like this. We use this. Using that we get Ez as this. Now, equation 1. Equation 1 is Ey equal to E1 cos kx minus omega t. We can write cos kx minus omega t as Ey by E1. Now, we substitute this one in this expression 4. Substitute this one in equation 4. So we get write this. We get this. Ez equal to E2 Ey by E1 cos phi plus or minus. Why this plus or minus? Square term. While taking the root, it becomes plus or minus. So plus or minus, the root term I have written it as 1 minus Ey square by E1 square power half. Cos kx minus omega t here is written as Ey by E1. Cos square is Ey square by E1 square whole power half. Root is power half. So E2 sin phi. Now take this term to the left hand side. Ez minus this term becomes plus or minus the right hand side. Now divide both sides by E2. So that left hand side we get Ez by E2 minus E2 cancels. Ey by E1 cos phi equal to plus or minus 1 minus the same term, then sin phi. E2 gets cancelled. Now square both sides. Squaring this equation, both sides, this relation, both sides, then left hand side square is equal to 1 minus this whole. See here, here is a mistake. This is half. Here is half. So when you square this, the term becomes, it's also half. So half. So when you square this, the term becomes 1 minus Ey square y by E1 square sin square phi. Then now simplify. See here this whole square, a minus b whole square form. A minus b whole square. A square plus b square minus 2ab. You get this. Equal to right hand side sin square phi minus this term into sin square phi. Or see here, take this term to the left hand side. Club with this. Ez square by E2 square plus Ey square by E1 square common inside cos square phi plus sin square phi. And this comes here plus minus 2 Ey Ez by E1 E2 cos phi is equal to sin square phi. Or what is cos square phi plus sin square phi? It is 1. So that we get finally the expression is Ez square by E2 square plus Ey square by E1 square minus 2 Ey Ez by E1 E2 cos phi equal to sin square phi. And this equation represents, or this is the general equation of an ellipse. This expression represents an ellipse, the general equation of an ellipse. So that when a resultant wave, when E ray and O ray are superposed on each other, the resultant wave produced and the tip of the vector describes an ellipse, traces an ellipse like this in YZ plane. In YZ plane. The tip of the vector describes an ellipse in YZ plane. This is the expression for the resultant wave produced when two plane polarized beams having vibrations at right angles to each other are superposed on each other. Now let us discuss the different cases in this case. Different cases means the values of phi. So here phi is the variable. Depending on the values of phi, this equation reduces to different forms. Those are nothing but the different cases. The first case one is, suppose phi is 0 or plus or minus 2m pi. Suppose phi is 0 or it's an plus or minus an even multiple of pi. Even integral multiple of pi. In that case, always cos phi is plus 1, sin square phi, sin phi is 0, then that previous expression, this expression equation 5, that reduces to, say, in that equation. Say, here in this equation, cos phi is 1, this is 0. Then we get this. Or, this is the form a minus b whole square. So, Ez by E2 minus Ey by E1 whole square equal to 0. Or, Ez by E2 minus Ey by E1 is 0. Or, from this, Ez by E2 equal to Ey by E1. Hence, Ez is E2 by E1 Ey into Ey. E1, E2 are the amplitudes of the two waves. E1, E2 are the amplitudes. So, it's a constant. So, that this equation is nothing but equation of a straight line. This equation represents a straight line with this of the form y equal to mx plus c. C is 0 here. Y equal to mx plus c with m nothing but a slope. So, slope of the straight line is E2 by E1, a positive slope. Thus, the two plane polarized light waves which are in phase superimposed on each other, then the resultant wave produced is plane polarized. The two plane polarized light waves which are in phase, when they superposed on each other in phase. In phase means phi 0 or an E1 multiple of pi. In such a case, a plane polarized beam is produced. Suppose phi equal to pi, or it is plus or minus an odd multiple of pi. In all such cases, cos phi minus 1, sin phi is 0, sin 180 0. So that the two waves are out of phase. They are in opposite phase. Exactly opposite phase. Then the equation, the previous expression reduces to this form. There we get, see a plus sign because here cos phi is minus 1. So this term becomes plus. This is the form a plus b whole square, a plus, so that this equal to 0. Or Ez by E2 plus Ey by E1 equal to 0. Hence, Ez is minus E2 by E1 Ey. So, the form y equal to minus mx plus c is 0. So, that again a straight line with negative slope. The equation represents a straight line. So, that again the resultant wave is a plane polarized one with the slope negative means the orientation exactly opposite to the case 1. This is the case 2. Case 3 is, say, suppose phi equal to pi by 2, or it is plus or minus 2m plus 1 pi by 2. Pi by 2 or odd multiple of pi by 2. And let E1 not equal to E2. Let the amplitudes of the two waves, let them be different. E1 is not equal to E2, say. In that case, say, cos phi 0, sin phi becomes 1. So, sin square phi is 1. Then what the equation becomes? Our resultant equation, say, this particular equation. Here, sin phi, this term is 1, this is 0. So, get Ez square by E2 square plus Ey square by E1 square equal to 1. You get this. And here, assumption is E1 is not equal to E2. So, that this equation is nothing but equation of an ellipse. This represents an ellipse. So, when the two waves, which are the plane polarized one, when they are superposed on each other with the phase pi by 2. Phase pi by 2 means the phase represents pi by 2. In that case, means they are superposed on each other at right angles to each other. Exactly at right angles to each other. So that the resultant wave produced is ellipse. Why it is ellipse? Because E1 is not equal to E2. E1, E2 are different. That's why an elliptical wave is produced. A polarized beam which is elliptically polarized one is produced in this case. Suppose phi is pi by 2 or 2m plus 1 pi by 2 with E1 equal to E2. Suppose the amplitudes of those two waves are equal to each other, say E0. In that case, the equation becomes Ez square plus Ey square equal to E0 square. E1 equal to E2 is taken as E0 square. So, taken as E0. So, expression becomes Ez square plus Ey square is E0 square. This equation represents a circle and the resultant wave produced is circularly polarized. What is the condition in this case? What is the difference? Here E1 not equal to E2, here E1 is equal to E2. How the two waves should overlap on each other? How they should be superposed with angle phi equal to pi by 2. The phase difference between them should be phi by 2. Then, in this case, circularly polarized light is produced. Here elliptically polarized light is produced. Here, circularly polarized light is produced. And these are the different shapes or the different types of the polarized beam produced, depending on the phase difference between the two waves which are superposed on each other. Say for the phase 0 or 2 pi or pi, then in both the cases plane polarized, but the difference you can make out, the orientations are exactly opposite. And these are the different cases. Here the elliptically polarized light produced, but depending on the phase, their orientations, the direction of polarizations are different. And this is about the resultant of two plane polarized beams which are superposed on each other at different phases, or the two waves having different phase values. And with this, I stop here. Let us consider the next topic in the next video.